Hey Zips fans, out on the practice field with the head coach of the Akron women's soccer team, Noreen Herlihy. Solid week for the Zips last week as they come into the final week of the regular season off of 2 wins last weekend in Michigan. First, you took down Eastern Michigan 3-2. Wrapped up the weekend on Sunday with that 1-0 win over Central Michigan. Coach, you had to be coming home feeling pretty good about the results last week.
Yeah, everybody was delighted. You know, we knew there was a big test for us going out on the road against 2 teams, you know, that were strong, they're powerful, they're good, and knowing as well we had to win to keep our hopes alive. So it showed a lot of character, this team, but we haven't doubted that all season. And then we added a bit of quality to the mix over the weekend, so delighted for the players and very deserving.
Second straight year where you have a chance to win your final 4 games of the regular season. Obviously last year it came down to that last game for you guys to clinch a spot in the MAC tournament. This year you've done that a game earlier, so that's a little bit reassuring for sure. But just what is it that you guys are able to do to get your team ready for this point in the year where you're really peaking at the most important time of the season?
Well, I think what you have to understand too is we had about 5 players that came in this year that really played big roles, and they weren't used to the MAC, you know. So it's very it takes time to adjust. You know, you get 2 weeks for pre-season or 2 weeks of pre-season to get this team gelled. So they're actually learning on the job a lot of the time. So it's natural at this time of the year they're starting to come into some kind of bit of a rhythm, especially when we don't have a lot of experience in the team. So I think that's a big part of it. But again, it's the players, credit to them. They're applying what we're asking them to do. They're diligent, you know, and truthfully, it's the character of this team. You know, they know. Listen, we fear nobody. They're building that kind of like mentality of toughness, and you know, we still lack some quality at times, but they never quit. And as long as we have that basic, you know, premise in everything we do, then you're always going to give yourself a chance to compete and to ultimately win.
That growth obviously huge to see as you go through the season. Like I said, you're now already clinched a spot in the MAC tournament. You don't have to worry about that going into this final game like you did last year. Just how comforting is that to know, all right, we're in, now we're just sort of playing for seeding going into this last game?
Well, I think it takes the pressure off, no doubt. But, you know, we're not finished yet. This team knows that there's another week and a half left of the season. Anything's possible. You know, we want to take care of business here at home on Thursday. There's a lot at stake, too, for seeding for the teams. As you know, the middle of the MAC is still pretty jammed. So Thursday's games for many teams is about seeding. So it is nice to know we're in. We still would love to try and get a home berth, but we'll do the best we can on Thursday and take care of business, and then we'll see where the chips fall at the end of all the games on Thursday.
You mentioned that game on Thursday, final one of the regular season. It's UB coming in here to First Energy Stadium. Same record as you guys, 5-4-1. We've talked about it all year, just the congestion sort of in the middle of the MAC standings. Just what do you know about them coming in as you try to apply what you guys have put in this week of practice and get ready for that game?
Well, I do know they have a very deep squad this year and a very productive squad. You know, they're a very, very good team. I think they were a bit disappointed from what I understand with the result on Sunday. So they're, you know, pegged them back a little bit. So I'm sure they'll be coming in here ready to fire on all cylinders, because I know they too want to probably host at home. So there's a lot of stake in that regard. But at the end of the day, it's about us, how we're looking to play. And I have no doubt in my mind the Zips women will be ready to give it the best effort as always.
Well, we hope so, Coach. Best of luck, obviously, coming up on Thursday. That game, 3 p.m. over at First Energy Stadium. Keep in mind of the time. It's not a 7 o'clock start like obviously we've been used to for many of our games this year, so we hope to see you there. Coach, thanks as always for the time.
Thanks a lot, Spence.
Thanks for watching, and go Zips.